Hey there, Internet Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars with Keeve YouTube channel. As you can see by that smile on my face, I got some new toys. And here they are. And actually the biggest toy I have is this one right here, and the gun that I purchased as well. But this is the Active Job Site 1650, or otherwise known as the VE51. PSI doesn't mean much when it comes to washing cars as long as you can push a steady 1000 PSI. It's all about the gallons per minute, which is the amount of water flow that's coming out that allows you to get that nice rinse. Now we're going to test this unit as it comes out of the box with its own hose and its own wand and everything, and then we're going to test it with my tools. We have some new orifice nozzles, some 3.0s and 3.5s. We're going to dial it in to see what we can get the most amount of gallons per minute and try to hit that target 1000 PSI. We have a gauge for the PSI. We use a bucket and the 1 minute stopwatch method just to measure how many gallons that it puts out. It says 1.8, but nothing ever really matches what it says. That's a perfect world scenario. But this does have the 5-piston pump, which allows it to flow more gallons per minute a lot easier. My old Ryobi finally kicked the bucket. It was a 1.2 gallon per minute, 1600 PSI, so this is a massive improvement on flow. Now the stock hose that comes in the box isn't the best, but it's actually a pretty good high quality hose for an out of the box solution. Has the nice thread here, it's pliable, it's high strength, it forms in a loop really easy, but also folds out without having any kinks or issues you have with some of those. It is short though, it is only 25 feet. Most cars, you're not gonna be able to get around the whole car. Now the gun itself, I'm not a big fan of at all. It's all plastic. It does have the M22 thread, but it is the 15 millimeter inside, which means you're gonna have to have your own adapters to hook up your own stuff. See, you can't even hook up a foam cannon to this one because you have the T-joint here. It's just plastic, it pushes in and goes like that. Now this has, now this has a setting on it that allows 15 degrees, 0 degrees, and 40 degrees. Kind of convenient, nice, especially for somebody who doesn't use pressure washers that much. Now the reason we get the most expensive pressure washer in the world is because my cart already is pretty expensive. I'm trying to keep it low budget. Now 1650 is a very simple unit. Off, on, you got your GFCI outlet right here. You have your hose inlet, and on the back, you have your thread. Now this is a 15 millimeter orifice thread. Now, our previous one uses 14, which is standard, but as you can see when you do it in, it's got a lot of give. It fits when I thought it worked, but the minute I tried to run it, it blew up on me. So you have to get a 15 millimeter like this. You see how it's a lot stronger, and when it's all the way in, it gets a nice seal. So just be careful with that. A lot of pressure washers use this 15 millimeter or the 14 millimeter, which is very confusing for people when they're trying to switch over to a different kind of fitting. Now also with this, there's a wall mount, and this wall mount just hooks up. There's a hook on the back side of this and just goes around the wall. The hose goes around this, which is great. I'm not going to do that, but this is meant to be a wall mount unit, which is why it's this nice box. So the one confusing thing about this is there are links below to everything I'm going to use in this video on Amazon to check out. Now the gun, easily get to. This is $60. This was $115 on Amazon. But the link to this I found out already has been changed. It is now showing the VE52, which was actually out of stock when I tried to find one on their website and on Amazon. They also make the pressure washers for cat. It's the same unit, just a different outside. Now, as always, our test subject is Heidi. Now, she isn't that dirty because we had a car show last weekend and it hasn't really rained since, but she is covered in so much pollen, which is a perfect way to test the rinsing ability of this pressure washer. Now, this unit does have a pretty decent length cord. It's about 35 feet, but I like to keep mine all bound up because obviously this will be on my washing cart, which we'll get to in a little bit. Now, for connecting it out of the box with the hose, I like to use a brass shutoff valve right here, so that way I shut off if I want to take this off to fill buckets or anything like that. I don't have to sit there and go over and turn it off from the spigot or anything like that. Then I use a quick disconnect. These are for water hoses. There'll be links in below for these. And these are the ones that don't shut off automatically when you do a connect. They're straight flow through quick connects. So we get that in there. We make sure it's off, so when we turn it off from the spigot, it doesn't go crazy. Now on the back, we're just using the one that came in the box, so just go straight in, and then we just turn the threads until it's completely tight. Now always make sure that you try to make sure your hose is on the opposite side of the pressure washer from your outlet hose to spray, and that your electrical hose, your electrical wire, I mean, is out of the way. So now we turn on the water from the house. We'll turn it on into the unit from here. And you see nothing will bypass until I pull this trigger. And then she'll let it run for a little bit to get all of the, it's not exactly set on a setting. There's a click, 40, 0, 15. We'll test it on the 40. Just let all the air get out of all the hose. I think that's enough. Now let's go ahead and make sure that our GFCI is on. Turn the unit on. There we go. See how quickly that pumped up? It's like an instant on off. All right, now this is the 40-degree setting on the nozzle. This is the only degree that's going to touch my car. 15 degree or 0 degrees, definitely not going to touch it. As you can see, the top of the car is just covered in pollen. Let's see if we can get some of that off. So after that first swipe, we didn't get enough air out of it. Probably a good idea to run it out a little bit while it's on. So let's try the rest of the roof. That's not bad, but I definitely don't think it's 1.8 gallons per minute on this 40-degree setting and this wand. So let's go ahead and test and see what it actually is. Pressure test on 40 degrees. The angle isn't quite showing exactly what it is, but it's at about right at 800, a little less than 800. So there's no way you're going to get 1.8 gallons per minute on this at that rate. Okay, so we're only going to do gallons per minute. We're only going to do the 40 degree because it's all I really care about. Let's go hit both buttons at the same time. But that's pretty good for 800 pounds of pressure. If we got 1,000, I think we'd be really much closer to that 1.8. All right, so this is my cart setup. I have a video on this about everything on here. I'm about to do actually an update video on this cart with this and actually some filtration as well. So we have the unit on here. We have our hose reel with our 3/8 inch industrial hose. So you can see I have the cord down here located to where it just comes off the cart, and then I can use my extension cord to come to it. I have that M22 15 millimeter adapter here going to my 3/8 inch quick disconnect that goes to my hose reel. From the hose reel it goes on up to the new SG28 gun on a 3/8 inch quick disconnect. Got a swivel in here. 3/8 inch quick connect here as well. We have the pressure gauge. All right, so this has got the 3.0 40 degree nozzle on it. Let's check the pressure. Oh, what about 800 PSI? So here's the 3.5. Looks like about 700 PSI. So I did not anticipate having to go down to a 2.5 or a 2.0. But went from 700 with a 3.5 to 800 with a 3.0. I would assume a 2.5 is going to get us 900, maybe 1,000, or we may even have to go to a 2.0 orifice. So I have to order those, but for now we have 800 PSI. Now let's check the gallons per minute. 3.5 nozzle at 700 PSI. The 3.5 at 700 PSI, we actually did get more than 1.5 gallons. We got about, I don't know, 1.6. This would be 1.75. 800 PSI, 3.0 orifice. So the 3.0 orifice netted us 1.5 gallons, the same amount as the original, which makes me believe that that wand is a 3.0 orifice. 800 PSI is not exactly what I want. I'd rather have 900 to 1,000. Probably gonna net us a little bit less gallons per minute, but kind of the sweet spot that I would want for cleaning power plus the amount of gallons. These results aren't exactly what I was expecting. Now, like I said, she was pretty clean. She just needed a pollen rinse. So let's go ahead and hook up the foam cannon to this to see how it foams. I gotta say, with the amount of gallons per minute we gained, we didn't gain enough to switch to a 1.25 orifice on the foam cannon. On the inside, there's two orifices, 1.1, 1.25, and there's like a 1.3 or 1.35 that's meant for like high-powered gas pressure washers. But you want to graduate to the bigger orifice if you can, because you don't put the stress on your pressure washer. Okay, so I have my normal mix in the pressure washer. I have 30 milliliters of W6, 30 milliliters of W5, 30 milliliters of Gwash, and 60 milliliters of W4. Just kind of a nice little mix. Let's see. Nice trick when you're washing, always to keep the hose behind you, so you're always keeping it from touching your car. But this foam is actually definitely a little bit thicker than I'm usually used to, which is good. I mean, that is nice, and it's running off really well, which I love. This is pretty good. I might be able to dial back the soap a little bit, save a little money there. So that's it for my new toys and the reviews on them. The water gun, the SG28 with the built-in swivel, is just amazing. The pressure washer is great. I mean, for $115 on Amazon, I mean, I can't, there's nothing out there that can beat it. Even though it didn't meet what it said, but if you've ever watched Obsessed Garage, the pressure washer series that he did, 80% of the pressure washers weren't even close to what they had said that they were. The Ryobi I had, like I said, is less, so this is definitely more. I could feel it when I was going through. I didn't need multiple passes on the wheels like I used to have to do. It was nice, one good one. I think I voted to a 2.5 orifice. I will get that closer to that 1,000 PSI cleaning power that I want, along with probably 1.5, 1.4 gallons per minute. Like I said, in today's world with the supply and demand and the supply being really low, this pressure washer seems to be coming on and off of Amazon. I have a few other products that people tend to do click-throughs on my videos that tend to leave and come back when the supply gets there. This one, the company seems to be reusing the same page and just posting different models. I may even move to the 52 at some point because it's 2 gallons per minute. It would be definitely a lot more. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos. Leave a comment below if there's anything you thought I did wrong, because I thought possibly the pressure gauge was bad or out of calibration. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.